and to the old members that have found their way back to the community. I need you just as much as you need me. In this evening's live, we have a lot of stuff in regards to XRP we're going to talk about. There's also a few different scenarios, not just scenarios, but a few different reasons why XRP is in a very bullish position right now, not just for the fact that Bitcoin is continuing to prove that it's in a bear trap, but the fact that XRP's liquidations have gone up here in the short period of time of over 1,800%. And over 99%, I believe it was, were longs. I think it was closer to like 99.6% of them are longs that have been liquidated. So that's making it very ripe for a condition to push up. We came all the way back down to an area that we've been talking about that on a back test would have to hit, and I'll show you on here. If we back tested, and this came pretty much all the way back through, and it reaffirmed this uptrending support as the possible new uptrend now. It actually reaffirmed that we were speculating that this was the case, but now the fact it came down here and confirmed this, if this is the new area, and look at this very bullish W reversal, and we predicted this uptrend to be what pushes us out here. And the reason for that is, this is the first time, if you start looking at this setup, and this is a farther out look at this as well, where we've continued to rise on this uptrend, and this just takes it back a little bit further. But we're talking on the other chart. This is an even shorter time. But right now, what this can confirm is for the first time, we don't come down to 38.8 cents after coming up to this downtrending resistance. And for some of you who have never been here before, some of you have been here in the past, it's always nice to reaffirm things. This is where we hit all-time highs in January of 2018. $3.30 on Bitstamp. It goes all the way up to $3.50 and some change on other platforms. Took us 27 months to come down to March of 2020. This is where we finally hit our floor at just over 10 cents. That was support one. Then we went up a little bit, had some fun, and then on the lawsuit announcement, boom, hit it a second time at 17 cents roughly. That was a big drop here, ladies and gentlemen, all the way up from 79 cents. Make no mistake about it, massive drop. Confirm the uptrend. Comes all the way up here, and in its prime, from 59 cents all the way up to $1.98, it took 9 days. So just remember that in this current process we're in right now, because we haven't experienced the rally yet in this current formation. So we hit resistance for the second time at $1.98 in 21. Come all the way back down to the uptrend in 22. 23. Actually, that was still 22 that hit I'm looking at. But then it comes back in 23. Or is this late 22? Nope, this January of 20. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay, so January of 23. And now we push up. Well, every time that we hit that resistance, we've always come down to support. Well, now for the first time, we're trying to show something different. And I was telegraphing this move with the W reversal before it's happened here, and we can still see it. It's still set up perfectly. No matter how you look at this, it's set up with that massive, and let me put it back in here, but it's the W reversal. We can see it, even with the technical target, very short-term technical target, just from this little rotational tug. And we talked about this the other night. I was very happy to see that. Some people asked why I wasn't here last night. And that's because my head was pounding, and I decided to go to sleep. I slept from like 7:30 last night until almost midnight. Then I went back to bed at like 2. But it was kind of like a reset, I would call it, because as much as I wanted to do it, my voice was struggling, my head was pounding. It just felt like the right time to take a night off. I mean, I still did the updates during the day, so, but if anybody's wondering. So, if we're looking at this, that looks like a W reversal. That's the technical target here off of this move. Well, that's the short-term move. That gets you all the way up there. All the way up there. It's actually a little bit higher. No, that's right. But then you look at this, and we've got the resistance point up here. That once we break, this is the cup and handle formation. It's so beautiful how all this works together once you start to realize. But we've got this cup and handle, the short term, and we're on the handle right now. It's looking very bullish. I'm not just saying that because I'm a holder of XRP or because I want it to go up. It looks very bullish. Look at this W reversal it's put here. This is absolutely beautifully bullish. We're at the mid-tier handle resistance. Very important to be above that level of 617 as of right now. And now, I mean, this is all setting up, and the technical breakout from this handle is $1.20. Well, if we want to take it a step farther, not just do the flag, we can do the entire depth that we get here with XRP, and it pretty much will start to line up with coming around through the whole cup. I mean, eventually, if you were to come up here and you had a clean break, you're talking about a nice move up here as well. So you could technically have two separate targets. If you want to take the base of the cup, or the depth of the cup, and then when it finally breaks over the cup resistance, you start targeting a breakout, well, then we can start talking a little bit, because now you can have a layered up move. The technical target off the handle is $1.20. If we do it just like with Bitcoin, this is how we get two separate targets like with Bitcoin. You've got the actual formation resistance up here in a couple different layers. You've got 79,377. Then on this flag, you've got 85,572. But then on the depth of that cup, you've got roughly 115,000. Now, if we do it from the handle support on XRP, which is where I like to do it, which is why Bitcoin's like that. So I want you to see why I'm not going to do it like this. And I'm not just discriminating against XRP, because I already showed everybody where I did it on Bitcoin. I actually tend to believe that you use this. And this is so you don't overhype what you're doing. In my opinion, it can go up. But I think you more line it up with where it breaks out of the handle. I just like that better as a rule of thumb. And it brings you up a little bit higher. But I can see it both ways. But if you look at it, you're talking well over $1.20 is the point. But that $1.50, so everybody knows, I did create that handle there in a unique spot, didn't I? You know what else that lines up with perfectly up there? That $1.50 is where that upward cup is coming down from. So I'm going to keep that up there because I tend to believe once we hold the $1.20 level, that's our next level up. We're building out a series of cups here, just like Bitcoin did on the way up. And then if you look at it in the all-time pattern, if you're new, this is what really gets me like, holy crap, something big is actually really building. The all-time pattern, if this continues to play true, we're starting to run out of resistances, ladies and gentlemen. We're starting to run out of resistance, which is what we want. We're also starting to create a new uptrend, which is what we want. We don't want to come back down to 38 cents. If this is our new expansion zone, we're getting ready. For the first time in 78 months, we're finally getting ready. And see that W we projected a few days ago? We don't have to project anymore because it's one swift move up from being formed. So now everybody can see what we were projecting. And in fact, it helped us out a little bit because we came down on the recent expansion zone. And because of today's drop in the daily, it came down there and confirmed that uptrend that we were suspecting was the case. It's a beautiful thing when technical analysis starts coming together. It really is. I hate when TradingView does that, but the point is we've retested that uptrend now. That shows a third hit there. That verifies this pattern. And I'm not even talking about the resistance. We're talking about the new uptrend. If that's the case, and now we've broke out of this descending triangle, 73 cents is around, well, actually, it's up a little higher. I was projecting there because I didn't know where it was going to break out. 74 cents is the technical target. So in 62.28 remains the first level resistance. And then as proved to be the case last time we came up, 64.20 is very critical. Very critical, but this was also critical in proving the expansion zone. Even higher up than just coming down to 58.3 cents. We proved we didn't have to come down that far. And that's something that needs to be remembered because this is technically trying to prove a push out of this descending triangle, which would mean we couldn't come down that much farther. And now we're using this new defined uptrend that I really want to use. That's what I'm rooting for, and I'm glad that I put it into play here. The only way to get that confirmation was to get that third hit on support. And that's why I said being in a spot trade right now is actually a good position. I'll be honest with you right now. If you're watching from the sidelines right now, and 62.20 is being played as a support, that's your leverage opportunity. I don't like to be like, oh, leverage is the great play, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. We're on a nice W bullish dartly right now. That means even in the worst case scenario, if we can get above 62.28, we're all but guaranteed for a push up to 64.38. It's actually a little higher, but I'll show you. But we're almost guaranteed. Well, you can't say guaranteed, but a 90% certainty here. You're just looking to break this resistance, and then you can kind of piggytail on it. As long as you don't lose that 62.20. Then you're looking for a 3.4%. Even on a 10x trade, that's 34, what is that, 34%. But if we're looking at it realistically, you've got to break that 62.28 area, and then you're looking at, what is that, 64.20. Yeah, so right around there, 64.20. But if you break above that, that's not the ultimate target. Remember, these are levels we'd be playing on. You just want to be in on the leverage trade for 62.28 to end up being your floor. Yeah, the worst thing you could do here is get caught, and I'll show you why, is to get caught here and have to wait for another retest. And yeah, it doesn't seem like a lot, but then you bounce out, and you're like, well, how could that happen? Well, you know, they tend to make weird patterns. What if it's a bigger W and not just a small W, you know? We have to watch different scenarios that could play out here. Like sometimes you get the ba-boom, 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 and then you get the W, just not in the way you're expecting. So the worst thing you can do without getting confirmation is get caught here and sandwiched. Because if you get a rejection before you get the confirmation, now you're talking about a 36% swing to the downside. So on a $1,000 trade, you're down $360 on a 10x trade. I don't know how many people are sitting through that drop. They'd have a stop loss up here, say if that W comes down, I'm out. Not realizing that you could still create that inversion just by coming down there as well. So just make sure you pay attention to the catalyst levels. Don't just go in there saying, oh my God, there's a W, I'm up, I'm out. We're also coming up to a daily close at 8 o'clock. Those are dangerous. Those are dangerous, especially when you're bullish. They like to try to shake people out the first couple hours, even maybe the first 45 minutes of a new candle, one way or the other. They try to play with the mind. So what I would say, if you're toting the more dangerous side, pay attention to the signals that I've just given. And if you're looking to leverage trade and or spot trade, look in the video description below and or pinned comments. There's BITUNIX, lowest spot and leverage trading fees in the USA, hands down. High times of volatility, you don't have to worry about opening or closing your trades because it's always up. And you don't need to use a VPN, so try to take advantage of that. I would. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to set up right now. The thing is I want to set up a $3,100 trade, but I'm not looking to spot it, if that makes sense. I'm looking to set this up for like it would be a more substantial trade, but if I could set it up right, I'm just looking for this reason. This is such a big resistance right now for me, and it's been for a very long time. It's just, this is a big resistance that we, for whatever reason, we just can't get over and hold. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's even farther in the pattern. This has always been a zone where if you could hold this, you have big moves. If not, you get problems. You can go farther back in the history of XRP, and this level, for some reason, we always seem to have a problem in this area. And it always seems to be the precipice of a big move or the beginning of a downfall. And right now it's hard to say, because in the daily, it's not hard to say. You have an inverted hammer the day before, and now you've got what looks like a fake out candle to the downside, but for all intents and purposes, this pulled up in a very nice fashion here. And it almost looks like it was trying to disguise a bearish candle, but now it looks like a dragonfly doji. If I'm just saying, this looks like a dragonfly to me, and following what looks like a 75-80% formed inverted hammer. I mean, that's a pretty big inverted hammer if you want to go that route. Followed by what looks like a dragonfly doji, which means you don't want this to go up any higher. We don't want this to go up any higher right now. We don't want this to turn into a long leg doji. Because if that happens, then you could perceive more of a bullish tug coming down in a bearish way. Right now, it's beautiful. I really don't want this to change, to be honest. I'd rather it just stay like this. And for anybody who understands what I'm saying, you can understand how this could be a technical reversal if it pulls up a little bit, how they could use this as a fake out here, especially because 64.20 was a rejection already. You don't want anything dicey. As it looks right now, I'm very comfortable. If it goes up to if it goes up another 0.5%, it's not going to be good. And I know it sounds stupid, but I'm being serious. This is one of those cases where you just want things to settle for this candle. Right now, it's very bullish on this candle. In fact, even in the daily, you would hold the 20-day. Very comfortably, I might add. You want to stay right here and have an engulfing candle to the top side immediately to start the next candle to give you some momentum up to this next resistance. And if you get this, there's really no problem. And I'll show you what I mean. If you were to open a trade, if it's an engulfing candle up, and then you would just put the stop loss down here because you don't want to come down below the engulfing part, because then you're going to start consolidating down, and then it's kind of like one of those scenarios where you'd have to pull out to reinsert, you know, because you don't want to expose yourself too early, let's just say, you know, because then you end up too far down, you get liquidated, and then it's a big mess. You know, it's just a big mess. So with that being said, let's get into the intro. We're also going to talk about Bitcoin, as we know it's a bear trap. We've been talking about this for eons, it feels like. But Bitcoin's set up for a big reversal. It's going to do it one way or the other. Whether we had to come all the way back down and retest the uptrend, which we almost did, or if we just were going to break out from here, we didn't know. But we know it's going to break out eventually. It's set up in that kind of positioning. If it breaks down, I'd be somewhat surprised. But nobody says it can't. But it is on a cup and handle formation. I'd be stunned. And it seems to be wanting to use this as a handle. So if that's the case, we've got at least up to 79,000 area. And then we're probably going to take off to 85.5. Well, we'll talk all about that. And then we'll also get into two things I want to read this evening when we get through this. How XRP surpassed the United States digital currency and market cap was pretty impressive. And, you know, that's the major player in the stablecoin market. So we'll talk about that. We'll also talk about how XRP skyrockets 1,868% in liquidations amid crypto bloodbath. And this is pretty intriguing as well because it talks about how I believe it's over 99% are long positions. Makes it ripe for long. Makes it ripe to go long. And I told everybody I thought there would be one more shakeout before that move up. I just didn't know where or how. I thought it could come down to reconfirm, and I was hoping it would come down, and it did, ironically, which is if I had to reconfirm a pattern, I was talking about how I really wish this third hit would happen a couple days ago on the live, because I wanted it to reconfirm this hit, and then this hit. We came up through, actually it was, I think this was about, what was this, over the weekend maybe, I think we were talking about this, because we had the second hit, and we talked about how we could be in the expansion zone. And if that's the case, we're looking for a nice move here. Like, we're just trying to confirm the move. And that's the beauty of a leverage trade if you were to get into it, or a spot trade here. You're not just looking for that move to 64. So if you got in and you got the confirmation, let's just say 62.35. So it comes back, and now it's on the way up. Up here is still fucking 18%. On a 10x trade, that's 180%. On a 2x trade, that's 38 to 40%. On a regular spot trade, which is what I endorse, is 18.2%, if not greater. Because once you complete that, now you've got a big W form, and that's the resistance of this cup and handle. You break that, it's over. We've been built up for a very long time. That would break a 78-month consolidation as of right now. 78 months. So much pressure built up. So much pressure built up. And to see how we've eaten alive what's happened today with the US dollar currency index up 1.04% up to 105.19. It's a small miracle. Right? Or wrong. It's not. You know why? Because crypto, albeit was dropping, it still sustains itself, and it seems to bounce in its own direction. Right now, though, you should have a little inflationary pressure on the price of crypto, because the US dollar is worth a little bit more. So, which means the cost of crypto based relative to the US dollar should just go up in hindsight, because the actual buying power is going up in the US dollar. So if it's related to the price of the US dollar, just in conjunction, you should get a little bit of a boost, but it's not as much as some think, but it definitely gives it a positive light. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So let's get into the intro, and I do appreciate wow, 171 people who are tuning in. That's crazy. And please make sure to hit that like button. Less than half of you hit that like button. That really does help YouTube recommend this live. If you think XRP, and there's 82 likes, if you think XRP is finally ready to rally and start pushing that 74 cents and breaking that 78-month consolidation, and we're about to give it a go here, hit that like button. If you think we're going to hold that cup and handle formation and not give away 50 cents anymore, even in the worst case scenario, hit that like button, because we really don't want to be coming back down to 38 cents. Because then you're going to have to wait until the end of the year for the next potential at a breakout, and that's still 8 months away. So I would love to know what people think. So good evening, 6:46 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Wednesday, April 10th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So let me get through some of the comments. I see there's a lot of comments, so I'm going to have to look on my phone just to get through them all. If you do appreciate what I do, don't hesitate to join Tom's Army. Pay it forward, show your appreciation, or consider one time per month to send a YouTube super chat. We've not done so well this month, but we have not done so well in the price action either. Coffee and Crypto, welcome in. Appreciate you tuning in, my friend. Praying for assets on SGB go live before XRP pumps. We'll see what happens. Gitsky, welcome in. XRP Future Millionaire is legit. If I listened to his TA, I would have never have gotten liquidated for $26,000. The Christmas liquidation. Yes, unfortunately, my friend, I'm glad you found me, but that's very true. Yep, spot for now. And the thing that people don't understand, if you make good trades with spot, so I started on a journey of about $2,000 on BITUNIX, as you all know. After the spot trade that I sold, like I said I would, when it hit that resistance and I said I'd buy back when it confirmed, I only made $136 on a $3,000 trade, but now I've got $3,136 to work with now. So I'm compounding my gains. I don't need to do a lot now. On $1,000, 5% didn't seem like a lot. On $3,000, 5% is 150 bucks. That's what I'm trying to say. Even if you only want to gamble 300 out of your 3,000, look at it this way. That's still a gamble if you're doing it in a leverage trade. Some say, well, Tom, I'd rather, instead of doing a 3,000 spot trade, I'd rather do 10x on 300 bucks. I'm not risking as much. Although on the appearance it might be true, that's bullshit. I'm not just saying that. I'm saying I used to think that way. That's a bullshit mindset. Because now you're talking about having a leverage trade of about 10%. You know, you'll have marginal 10% liquidation because you want to do a 10x. Well, that's fine. So now you've got to have a stop loss somewhere if you're making it work, or you're just riding it out, but you only get 75% of the entire asset, or 78% before the liquidation. So even if you're trying to do a 1% stop loss, that's 10%. It doesn't seem like a lot, but even on 300 bucks, that's 30 bucks. Well, I don't know anybody who's just going to stop it at 30 bucks. They're going to say, you know what? I'm going to ride this. I'm going to do a 45% liquidation. I'll let it go 4.5%. And they're happy when they get to keep their $170. Not realizing you could just take that 300, put it into a spot, wait for the move that you see, not have to worry about getting liquidated whether you're going long or short, and just wait for the moment where you see the long pattern forming and buy in for the spot. I'm telling you, that's why my whole purpose right now, the whole purpose for me right now is to build up that spot side trade. That's it. I don't know, because I haven't seen, oh, here we go. Yeah, okay. So no. Yeah, I agree with that, actually, FE4 Life. When I'm reading this, I was trying to show that as well. I went on there to use, for example, I got the price at 532. Please make the community aware of this strategy to purchase XRP at a discount. Using the XRP ledger. So you're talking about how they have it on, I'm assuming you're talking about how they have it on their app then. So you're talking about how they have it on their app. I mean on the wallet, through the ledger, wherever you can buy it on the ledger. Higher spread on the DEX. But that's what I was trying to show. When I bought it, when I was showing everybody how much you would get, when I bought it straight from XRP Healthcare on their wallet, compared to what I was getting it from MEXC. It was like a revelation, the difference. There was a couple hundred in just the purchase I was doing of XRPH. So you would rather gamble on, I would rather gamble on meme tokens than leverage, probably. I don't know, that you know, honestly, I disagree with that a little bit, only because even by leverage trading, if you're gambling on a meme token, you don't really know what's going to happen. But if you're watching something, you've been watching it, you would understand it more, even from a leverage position. Yeah, oh yeah, a lot of XRPH is staked, and we talked about a target. I'm going to get through the comments. We got a lot to talk about. But there was a momentary buying opportunity here. We've talked about this for a few days, that it would come down, and it should come down to that uptrending support. Like, I don't make numbers up, but I said I wouldn't buy it within here. I would wait for it to retest that uptrend if you haven't been in yet, because it very rarely goes up. And let me get this out of here, but that's still, we're going to rely on that if it does break back through. But it very rarely, and this could just be a longer pattern, but it very rarely breaks up without coming back and retesting the old pattern breakout. So now the question is do we have something a lot bigger forming with XRP Healthcare that will still get us up to where we were talking about on the next breakout? But is there a big W forming? It's going to be pretty interesting. It's going to be pretty interesting. But yeah, if you don't have positive energy, I'll be honest with you, no reason for people to be in here. I don't do a show of bullshit, so I expect the audience to respect what I do here. And I just don't, I'm not recognizing it anymore. So if you've noticed, I haven't even acknowledged anything. I'm not doing it no more. My new lease on life is, if you want to, you know, do me wrong, I'm just not going to talk to you. I don't care. So if I stop talking to certain people, you'll know why. If you want to add something of value to the community, great. But I'm not going to recognize the other. I honestly, I'm too old for it now. I don't care for it. If I want to get some bullshit, I'll talk to my kids. Waves, welcome in. Well, Rob, good evening, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 1 month with the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. And honestly, I don't get paid enough to deal with that nonsense. So positivity over negativity. It's that simple. It's that simple. Wales, Josie Wales, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XRP Meteor. Trading with J-Ride, thanks for being part of Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XRP 589 Moon Badge. Infamous, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for a very long time, my friend. Yes, indeed. Live indeed. Thank you so much for being watching as always, my friend. Wow, we'll see what happens with the technical analysis. You can make your own educated and informed decision. I'm just here to show you the technicals. I can't tell you any more than you can tell me what's going to happen. Jacob Brandt, welcome in. Waves, Jorge, ATK, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XRP Predictor. Oh yeah, we're not doing very well on the likes. At least we weren't. Somebody pointed it out. Doing a little bit better now, but yeah, we were doing pretty bad. Now we're up to 126, so looking a little better here. Shaky Leg, welcome in. UK Phil, welcome in. Thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XRP Meteor. Mark Casson, appreciate you being in the Tom's Army for 1 month with the emoji badge and me being abducted by aliens. Waves, welcome in. Tom, can they pump XRP with the XRP private ledger? Speculative, probably. We don't get to see a lot of stuff. George, welcome in. Hi, Tom, my daughter called you Boom Boom Guy. I appreciate that. Hello to George's daughter. I appreciate that. And George, I appreciate you being in Tom's Army for over 2 months with the Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. Earn, welcome in. I'm surprised everything is up even after the bad CPI. That's because nobody's expecting them to actually raise rates. Unless they raise rates, this market's going to go berserk. If they lower rates, expect an all-out calamity here to get going. But we got to get into the analysis. I'll try to get through as much as I can. Make XRP great again. Wigbusta, Lewis, Champ, Marcus, welcome. Big Mac, thanks for being in Tom's Army for 1 month. Appreciate that. Let's see. Let's see if we can get going here. A-Train, welcome in. Jay Mathers, thanks for being in Tom's Army for 1 month with the emoji badge and me being abducted by aliens. Devin, good evening. One of my mods in the house, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 1 month. Or 1 year, over 1 year. With the I Told You So badge. Sean Crothers, my main man from Maine, and also a mod says Turbo is my unexpected gem for 24. Yeah, it had some big moments indeed. Big moments. Senor, welcome in. The Great Falling says the BRICS currency is going to be huge for XRP moving forward too. And the Great Falling, you know as well as I do, there's something that gets overlooked when it comes to XRP as a utility token. XRP is going to be able to, and I've only seen one person really articulate in the comments, and I just wanted to point it out. I did see your comment. I don't remember if it was today or yesterday, or it was within the past couple of days. I seen your comment where you said that XRP as a utility token will be able to be used to bridge your money from, let's just say, the US dollar in a digital sense to if you want to do a digital backed gold. To where to that point it's true. It'll be one of those tokens that you'll be able to. And I'm almost certain that's why they're doing a stable coin on the ledger. And XRP is going to be seamlessly used as a stable coin just under the radar. And if you want to call it a big gas token, no, that's okay. But, you know, even with that kind of liquidity coming in it, we've already validated the XRP ledger having a stable coin now. They're already validated that's going to happen. So in an emerging market with the stable coins, how high do you think that goes if we add this crypto market cap, total crypto market cap to over 5 trillion like Brad Garlinghouse seems to think by the end of the year? That certainly brings up the market capitalization of XRP. That certainly would bring up the market capitalization of, let's just say, the market share within stable coins. That's certainly going to bring up more traffic within the ledger. So all these reasons, I don't think XRP's value is at 61 cents anymore. I think everybody was expecting it to go to 12 cents or 10 cents. I really think that the value has shot up here now because it's going to be very hard to push XRP as a token for retail investors or even institutions if it can't even get above the dollar price, where you could just hold a stable coin and say, at least my price is stable here. I may never get significant gains, but I don't have to worry about losses. So where would you rather hold your money? At something that's stable at $1 or something that every time it seemingly gets close to $1, it cuts in half? I think we know the answer to that. You know, especially if you're just looking to pool your money together and hold it somewhere out of the dollar. That's what we got to remember, where XRP is trying to fight for its share right now. And I think on gas fees alone, the retail investors who have bought this at 30 and 40 and 50 cents are going to be very happy. Very happy. John Corson, thank you so much for the $9.99 donation. I cannot express how important that is, as we've had a very, I don't want to say a lackadaisical month of support, but we've had one of the, an underwhelming month, but so far the charts have been underwhelming. So like I always tell everybody, the donations come in flows, but that often comes at times too. People have got to be making money. Can't donate what you don't have. So, you know, I expect the market here to reverse. Whether it's down to 50 cents and up, or if it does it now, I don't expect the market to crack that 50 cents here at all. If it does, we are going to end up invalidating that cup and handle, and you don't want to do that. I think there's too much momentum built up here. I think we're starting to prove the fact that we're about to push up, and we're trying to make it into a pretty respectable spot here. FE4 Life for the $5 donation. Thank you so much for that. High spread for XRP is XR or XP market. What is that? I need to see that when it comes back up. But thank you for that $5 donation. I greatly appreciate that. But I wanna get into this too with the XRP market cap. Look at, and then the XRP Bitcoin pairing. Look at this beautiful W Gartley reversal. It looks like it put in here. It looks like we built something very powerful here. And now if it does, this looks like it's bull flagging. If this does break up, we should come up to that target up there, 34.7 that I put up there. That's something we've got to get over. That's almost as if you put a handle formation into a cup. And then he says the XP market site, the spread is almost 7%. That's how you actually use the XRPL. The fee per trade is like 0.00012. Thank you for that, sharing that information. I was just trying to project what you were trying to share. So I appreciate you typing that in, and thank you for the donation as well. So pay attention to that, folks. With this though, I'm looking at this. It's roughly 34.1 billion. So then you break up. If we can get over that 34.7, honestly, I don't even like that anymore. I think we built something a little deeper here. I really do. And it's almost like if we break out of this, we can see a cup. We can see a handle. Came all the way down to form it. I actually want to draw it in. Because I think it completed a larger one. Because, I mean, it almost looks like it came all the way to there. It's so hard to see exactly how I want to do it just because, this is how I want to do it. It is. Because it even tried to have a fake out of it, and then it even proved it even more. So look at this. If it comes through here, and then we put in this, or even if you take the short term and then it is up like, I think I like that better. That's what it looks like. We're about to push out of here, and we're going to start pushing up. So I'm looking at the market cap, looking for that re-push up. And a push, and I know I had that 34 point. I remember now. I do remember now. It was like 34.9, and I do remember. Because it was up here at this resistance. But it should be higher than if that's what we're looking at. But it's because it was up at the top of this. Okay, we'll just put it there. That is important. And I know why I had it there. That's because that's at the base, or the start of that initial drop point. So I get that. That's a very important level. So there's a nice reversal happening right there, it looks like. For me, XRPH is absolutely a long-term hold. If you're buying it for a swing trade, that's fine. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about it to try to turn it into not just a 30% or a couple 100% swing trade. If this plays out the way that we think, and think about it, over, 17 million, over half of it that's allowed to the public is staked right now, which means it can't be sold. I'm staking it for over 6 months, for 6 months. And I have 55,000 staked, 55,000 tokens. I think if you let this play out, and I could be wrong, I'm just some asshole on YouTube, I'm not a financial advisor, but I personally think that it's something more, and they're trying to push something that's in the emerging markets. They're tackling the digital healthcare front that's becoming a big, big thing, even in the States now, where they don't want you to even go to the doctor's office. They'd rather you do it online. This is tackling that, and that's an emerging problem in an emerging market that's starting to transpire. And it's starting to transcend the way healthcare is done. So if you've done a Zoom meeting with the doctors, XRP Healthcare can help. If you don't have a prescription drug card, XRP Healthcare can help. Honestly, for the one who was asking about Discord, not worth my time. I tried it. People have their own ulterior motives. We had about so many people in there. But then people, no matter what, if they make a bad trade, or if they're on the wrong side because they at one time were believers of XRP, then they thought it was good, or they didn't. No matter what, it always inevitably turns into the human condition. There's always a power struggle, and then it becomes a battle of the good and evil, and I don't want it no more. Even when I had a telegram that I was making for the public, it was the same thing. Even though it was members of Tom's Army, what they would do is pay a month of Tom's Army, go in there, never do, re-support the program again, but go in there to cause problems and laugh about it. It's not worth my time. I'd rather just put this out for everybody. No Telegram, no Discord, and just do it. I just, honestly, it takes too much time. Not even just time, but the energy you waste trying to create something good. And then for the ones that don't appreciate, to just rip it away in a matter of seconds. And it happens all the time. I've seen it over and over and over. This isn't my first rodeo. But this is my best rodeo. And my last rodeo. If that makes sense. Like, there will be no reincarnation of what I do here. It's either it's got my all attention here, or I don't give it any attention. And I have no desire of the second of what I stated. I would rather be here present for all eternity. Yep, exactly, Cleo. That's an excellent comment. How does the community comment during the lives? During the lives, that's all I can say. I mean, there is a Telegram, but the members of Tom's Army can ask me and I'll send it to them in an email. So if you're in Tom's Army, you can have the Telegram. I'm just not as vocal as I used to be. I used to be all over it. I created something special, but people take it down. They take it to what they wanted. I built it into something I wanted, and everybody who paid attention since 21, They're fucking doing fantastic. Everybody who tried to break it down, they've all left because they lost so much money because they didn't listen to what I was saying and they were trying to break it down to where now they just left on their own. But at what cost? At the cost of the community that we were building, because they took people with them and they made the wrong decision by buying in when I begged everybody in my community not to. In 2022, I begged everybody to let it fall to the uptrend and then buy it. I told everybody I would show you everything I knew. And some people decided to try to trick people into making them think they knew what they were talking about more, and they all lost like 75% and left. Well, there's still some people left around today in my community that are now back to even, but it took them 2 years to rebuild through watching what we do here. Like, I don't charge for anything. I don't charge for the content. That's why so many people are willing to send YouTube super chats. Although it's less than like 2% of the audience, there's still a lot of generous people. You see the ones in Tom's army. So that's why I respect the army so much. They're paying it forward. They understand the time I put in. And it's a lot, but it's worth it. At the end of the day, I get something that money couldn't give you. I change people. And some people think it's cliche, but it's true. It's true. So I always say, don't forget to give thanks to your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because ultimately, without that blessing, none of us are here to talk anyhow. So, you have to know where to give your thanks, but you also need to be humble enough to know you've got to keep the ship flowing in a certain direction, otherwise it gets overtaken by greed. I'm no different than everybody else. If I let the greed take over and I start accepting some of the nonsense, then the show doesn't stay how it is. And I'd be even more popular. The ironic part is, if I took all of that, I'd be even more popular, because then I'd start spewing the company line of everything's going to a billion while everybody's paying me tokens to say it. And, that's just not what I don't want to be cheesy. I want to be authentic. At the end of the day, everybody's going to be shocked what we build here. I'm not, you're not if you watch every day, but I want authentic people. The bottom line here is, if you're getting anything out of this live, I don't have time for the bullshit. If you've noticed, I don't care about it anymore. I haven't even recognized anybody you guys should be applauding me. Not one time have I even made a comment towards the ones who have been sinister in this live. I just don't care anymore. Julie knows. I don't have any kind of mindset to do it anymore, because it's either those people are here because they want to rattle you, or those people sit around you, don't acknowledge them, and then they get enlightened one way or the other, whether they enlighten themselves by finding the door out, which is fine, or they enlighten themselves by finding out the fact that this W reversal is in the expansion zone that maybe they were mocking us a couple days ago, but now they see that this W reversal is maybe starting to transfer into what we're talking about, and then the bull flag that formed on top of it. Maybe, just maybe, there's something to be learned. And, you can say people are making things up unless it's within their entire analysis. Like, this is broken beautifully, and it even hit the expansion zone before it was an expansion zone, where we projected it into an expansion zone. So there's a lot to be learned here. A lot to be learned. And Julie, thank you for being in Tom's army for over 2 years with the XRP 589 Moon Badge, my significant other, who is humbly awaiting me to end this live because we can eat. But I know she'll wait just a few more minutes until I finish what I need to do. And then we're going to get food. Yes, we did not have dinner yet, and it's 7:09. Only offer my input if I ever get out of line. Just let me know. No, FE4 Life, I like the input. I like the input. You are giving valuable, informative information. That's what I need. Bitcoin, beautiful W reversal. Again, Bitcoin, if it gets over and holds 70,475, this is it. We're going to have a nice push. That's kind of like your confirmation zone. And it looks like we're going to start pushing up here. It really does. It really, really does. Oh, you're all welcome. Yes, everybody, I appreciate the love to Julie as well, because she puts up with a lot. So I'm going to read through this. XRP skyrockets 1,868% in liquidations amid crypto bloodbath. But you guys should appreciate this version of me. The version like this, I'm laser focused, so I don't even pay attention to any of the other stuff. Like, I like to be laser focused. That means a move's coming. Whenever I get excited and focused, that means something big's on the horizon. Whether some of you are picking up on it or not, ooh, big stuff is about to happen. Big, big, big stuff. And that doesn't just mean XRP. That means our precious metals big stuff is happening. Silver was up near $28 an ounce. Gold is up over 2,300, easy. Our metals are moving, our crypto is moving. But even on retracements, look what's happening here. So look what's happening here. XRP witnesses massive surge in liquidations amid bloodbath on broader crypto market. Isn't it convenient that we're starting to look the most bullish we have and everybody's getting liquidated going long? And now everybody going short will also be getting liquidated. That's what you don't realize. Now over 99% of these liquidations have been long traders that are on leverage. Now the only way to go is up. You can't liquidate anymore. You've already liquidated everybody. Now the beautiful thing you're going to see is all of a sudden the trading bots are going to forget how to sell. And now they're going to liquidate all the shorts. Oh yes, you don't want them going all the way to 50 cents and making all that money. Oh no, sir. So amid a chaotic period for cryptocurrencies, XRP has emerged as a focal point of attention, experiencing a staggering surge in liquidations within a short span. Recent hours have witnessed an unprecedented increase in the liquidation of positions in XRP as the broader crypto market grapples with substantial losses. See this? XRP whale snaps up 32 million XRP on major Korean exchange, which could only mean that everybody losing their XRP positions are being snagged up by whales. As we said, CoinGlass data reveals a stark picture with liquidation of XRP positions soaring to $986,530. So $1 million in XRP positions have been liquidated out of leverage going long. Think about this. $1 million in people's long positions are gone because they wanted to do leverage. That's $1 million on spot trade. That going up 10% would be 100 grand. Seems greed is getting the best. This is what we want. You need this. You need this so bad. In just the past 4 hours alone was 1 million. In 4 hours, 1 million was liquidated overnight. That's 99.38% of these liquidations represented long positions, indicating a significant exodus of bullish momentum or sentiment. The intensity of liquidations intensified further within the last hour, witnessing a notable spike of 1,868%, totaling 933.73 of what? Delving deeper into the statistics showing a distressing trend over a 12-hour period, liquidation skyrocketed to a staggering 1.61 million, with short positions accounting for a mere $166,420. Which means the short positions are piling up and there's no more long positions to liquidate. Think about it. The long liquidation positions have been liquidated now. So in the broader scope, in the last 24 hours, XRP derivatives liquidations reached a staggering 2.73 million, with a whopping 90.5% of the liquidations representing longs. So 90% of longs open the last 24 hours have been liquidated, 90.5%. That's insane. 90.5% of the 2.73 million loss have been long positions. That represents only a 9.5% being in the shorts, which means there's more money for the bulls to gain here, big time. The numbers paint a grim picture for XRP bulls who face significant setbacks within the last week. I look at it quite differently here. Simultaneously, XRP's price trajectory has mirrored this tumultuous activity on the market, following a bullish trend throughout the preceding day. Important, I forgot to mention that market buys on XP market will give you the high end of the... Okay, so definitely I'm assuming that's going to be a leverage trade. I mean a limit order instead of a market order. XRP abruptly reversed course, witnessing a 3.31% decline in value. This downturn brought the price to 58.7 cents, a seemingly modest drop that nonetheless provides sufficient to trigger liquidations amounting to nearly $1 million within a single hour. That is the crazy. That is the crazy. Yeah, so no market buys if you're listening to what FE4 Life is suggesting. Just make sure of that. It's actually very good input. What is this? I don't want to sign up or do any of this crap. I love it. I just want to show how XRP surpassed USDC. So XRP... Because XRP surpassed USDC by way of market capitalization, which is pretty important. So let's go here. So Ripple USD XRP has achieved a significant milestone, surpassing Circle's USDC in market capitalization. Despite a minor value dip, XRP has held its position in the 60-cent value range, demonstrating resilience and instilling investor confidence. Ripple's The current market capitalization gap between XRP and USDC is over 1 billion, a significant margin that could either solidify XRP's lead or rapidly diminish due to the inherent volatility of the crypto market. However, on-chain analysis suggests that bulls are satisfied with XRP's current position, even if, okay, fine, I'm not going to read your article. Like, are you kidding me? That's a good way to lose business. I'm not even going to promote by having it, my audience be able to see it. Like, that's ridiculous. So, let's see. XRP, one of the leading cryptocurrencies, has recently made significant moves in the market, surpassing stablecoin USDC. XRP now holds the 6th position. Despite these developments, holders are facing challenges as nearly 20% of XRP's supply remains unprofitable. XRP price performance has been notable, with a modest uptick bringing it trading to around 61 cents. Although there was minor depreciation, XRP has held steady in the 60 cent price range. The altcoin's market capitalization shift has solidified its position above the United States digital currency. However, upon closer inspection of XRP's 30-day market value to realized value ratio, MVRV, it became apparent that holders acquired XRP during a period of decline, currently standing at approximately minus 7.4%. This negative percentage indicates that many holders are facing losses. Furthermore, the supply of XRP in profit has seen a decline. As of now, around 81.2% of XRP supply is in profit, amounting to approximately 81.2 billion XRP. This represents a noticeable decrease from the end of March. Now, just on the whole here, this looks like bullshit to me. Seeing that there's only 54 billion that are in supply, I can't even look at this with appropriate, just looking at it from a realistic standpoint, there's only 54 I understand what they're trying to say, but do a better job in saying it, because that's just honestly annoying. So, but the bottom line is XRP Bass surpassed USDC. Obviously, it's going to be hard to find somebody reputable to put some real information out there. So I'm just going to tell you, we passed USDC, and we're the 6th in market capitalization right now. XRP is over 34 billion again, and as of 33.95 billion. USDC was at 32 billion. And right now it is at 32.27 billion. So right now XRP is up about 700 million by capitalization. So if XRP wants to maintain this and start putting some distance, we're going to have a little bit of a rally here. But that's what I'm seeing through the news. That's what I was seeing on the charts. Julie, you'll be happy because Doge, like I said, would be back over 20 cents after that consolidation. And it's back over 20 cents and looking good right now. We even came all the way back down to almost retest this entire formation. So pretty interesting there. And our precious metals consolidated a little bit, but nothing to see here really. Didn't move by much. I thought we might have a little bit more of a pullback, but not so quick here. So we'll see what happens in the next couple of days. But obviously had a little depreciation by the US dollar, going bonkers. Like we said, it's not a surprise here because we knew we formed a breakout attempt. We talked about this in our last live. And now it played true. We know our technical target brings us all the way up here towards 107. So that's something we're going to have to be on. And then somebody said Quant is on the edge. We'll see. We'll see what's going on with Quant. Quant often likes to front run XRP. So we'll definitely see what's going on here with Quant. Quant's still very much in the formation we've been talking about forever, it feels like. So even though we haven't talked about it, nothing's changed. We're still within the same consolidation. And as far as getting ready to break, the weekly's showing bearish. Weekly's an engulfing candle to the downside. The daily, that's not really what I was expecting to see out of Quant when I was looking. This was just before it even broke out. We've still been stuck in that range. Interesting. Which one was it? This one that I wanted? In any regard, Quant still, I mean, it's at the 200-day right now, which is nice. So if you're going to have a reversal, it's going to start from that area most likely. It could be the start. I can see what you're saying now. It could be the start. It could. If it can break up here now, start using that daily time frame 200-day support and start working its way up. It's definitely got something started here. I'm trying to figure it out in my head exactly what I'm seeing here, but I think this is what I'm trying to see. I think this is what it's trying to make us see. We've certainly got an uptrend started here. That's why I went to a different chart, because I want to see what it wants me to see. It's definitely got potential here, though. I see what you're talking about. Because it had that nice downturn. We've got to hold this uptrend. Like, let me preface this by saying, if this uptrend doesn't hold, it's over. This would have to have some kind of consolidation. And I don't think it wants us to see it like this. I don't know. I kind of think it wants us to see it like that, though. That's the problem. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but if it wants us to see it like this, then that's the uptrend, and we could be getting rejected. Or if it wants us to see it like this, we're well within the range, but it very well might want us to see it like this. Fuck. So in technical analysis right now, you're bearish until that's broken, but I think that's what it wants us to see, just like that. Don't jump the gun, but something big could be happening, because look at this W reversal. So if we can get back over 118.38, we should have an immediate move up towards, I would say, getting close to the 4-hour 200-day. So you're right. There could be a push here really under the radar, because for the technical trader, we do have an inverted hammer forming here. We do have a reversal here as well. So we could have exhausted ourselves. So we have an exhaustion to the lower candle. Looks like a hammer candle inverted is forming. If we can get a break and hold over in this 4-hour candle, or in the dailies tomorrow, we just need to get up and over 118.20. That can be an imminent move up of about 4.8% roughly. That's actually not a bad look. Honestly, this is not a bad look. This actually looks like it could be the start of something. I know I'm getting excited, but you know, it's possible. If this is the floor now and you did something like this on even this consolidation, because obviously we know we have to get back above the uptrend, but we still got to figure out what the hell this pattern is trying to tell us. I think I know. I think we found it. That's it. That's the precipice of breaking up or breaking down. I think that's what it's telling us. We've got, and if that's a falling channel, that's bullish reversal written all over it right now. There you go. I think we're not looking bad here. I do think, though, if you're going long, that you should watch the 112 spot 38, because if that gives way, just understand that means you're probably going to come down to the 106 level. Okay, just understand that, please. If you come down there, that means that this consolidation broke, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that the uptrend wasn't right, and then we have to come down a little bit lower. That's all. It's actually a little bit lower than I said, so I'll fix this. So yeah, so the 112 level would be important to watch that for a stop loss, or just as a whole, if that looks like it's going to breach, because you don't want to ride that to 101. I don't want to ride that to 101 if I was in it. So just look at that. And then the moment it breaks out of this, you're going to get your first push up, which I think is pretty nice. And that's why it's important, to establish this short-term time frame. That might even be off a little bit too small, but 133. So that's why you want this short-term time frame, just so we can see. So that you're right. There very well could be something forming here. There very well could be something forming here. But if it gets rejected, just understand the downward potential. Where's T? In his room? And in the living room? Okay, good. So, I think there's definitely something to be said for Quant right now. I agree. Something could be building. Whoops. I need to put this on my XRP side. And I know it's been over an hour, everybody, or on an hour. But I thought it was important because somebody was talking about this earlier. And, you know, I do talk about certain things. Just depends. So, yeah, I think that's... Whoops, the wrong one. Oh, no, that wasn't the wrong one. It just went to the other chart. But I think that's a beautiful way to look at it. If you're looking to trade this, just watch this. It's got your expansion zone. It's got your actual areas of interest, especially in the short term. That's why I redid that chart for everybody. So that's what we're looking at. Wow. XRPH, where did that jump up 11%? Is that telling us something now? Holy shit. There is a big buy order here. Watch MEXC to start jumping up here. There's a big buy order that just came in for XRP Healthcare. Big buy order. Holy moly. Yeah, it's been an eventful 4-hour candle here for sure. But yeah, that's a 11% difference. Is that like not registering right now? I know it's registering. That's a big difference. If I buy this right now, wow. If you buy this right now on Bitmart, it's almost 7 cents. If you buy it right now on MEXC, it's 6.1 cents. Holy crap, that's huge. That's a huge disparity. That's why you gotta watch all avenues. Wow. Oh yeah. So I mean it was a nice drop though. We predicted that drop to the nuts. Excuse my French. To the nuts. We talked about it happened to confirm this uptrend. I even said if I was to buy it, I would wait for that retap if you weren't in yet. Holy spectacular molies. Because this looks like a big W reversal. And if that's the case, folks, that 11.1 cents isn't going to seem very crazy anymore, is it? There's a reason I staked this for 6 months. I don't think we're anywhere near where this is going. I don't think we're anywhere near where this is supposed to go. I really don't. I don't. I can feel it. So, with that being said, I think this was a beautiful live. What do you think, Julie? You hungry? Okay. So I'm going to call it a night. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you want to show me support, consider joining Tom's Army or sending one YouTube super chat per month. It's extremely important. Make sure you hit that like button so that YouTube will recommend this live. It'll allow us to push through the feeds of YouTube so more people can find us. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join the over 21,300 subscribers. If you're looking to trade XRP for the lowest spot and leverage trading fees without a VPN in the USA, look at BITUNIX. It's in the video description below and our pinned comments. XRPH, if that's your way of buying XRP, or MEXC, if that's your way of buying XRP Healthcare. I highly encourage you not to buy it on Bitmart right now if you have the option and you're just trying to buy it on an exchange. Look in the video description below and our pinned comments for MEXC. It's at 6.1 instead of 6.9. That's a huge difference. And look how low this is right now, everybody. Can somebody see what's about to happen? There could be an imminent trade here to make on MEXC, even if you're just trying to do a swing trade. Because if this is gonna do the exact same move, and thank you FE4Life for joining Tom's Army. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. But if you're looking for a swing trade possibly, the fact that XRP Healthcare has not finished this come up like we've seen in the other chart leads me to believe that this is momentarily about to push up. Look how this created that W on the other exchange, and look how MEXC is behind and hasn't formed it. That's a trade just sitting there and possibly just waiting for you to make some money on. So just pay attention to that, because honestly, that's just sitting there. If this was on BITUNIX like this, I would buy it and wait for the push up and just sell it. But unfortunately, it's not, because I have that money there. So, you know, just make an educated and informed decision here. But you can see what I'm seeing here, right? You all can see what I'm seeing here, right? We don't have to lie about what's going on here. We can see what's happening in front of our very screen. Right now, it is so undervalued on MEXC in accordance to the other exchange that I highly doubt it's going to last much longer. I'm just saying. You don't see that kind of discrepancy very often. Am I wrong? That's a huge. I didn't see that 20,000 what disappeared. I didn't see that at all. 20,000 XRPH disappeared and he got it fixed. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, everybody, that's not my Discord, so obviously, you know, you guys have fun, but pay attention to what's going on. You know, make sure you understand who everybody is. But that W reversal looks ready to be had. I'm sorry. Oh, look, now it's, look at, people are, oh, and just like that, it comes down from 6.9 to 6.1. So what is going on what is this? What's going on Bitmart? This is why we're watching. What the hell is going on here? So it's up to 6.9 and now down to 6.1. So are we having a back and forth battle here? Are they getting ready for the next layer? Is this a fake out? Oh man, I love technical analysis. But it looks like trying to build something here. That's why I like watching both exchanges. So have a good night, everybody. Have a blessed evening. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it.